Hi guys, good morning. This is Dan. Welcome to Engelgeist. For those of you that are new, welcome. For those of you that are returning, welcome back. For those of you that support me over on Patreon, thank you so very much for your support. I greatly appreciate it. With this wider angle lens, I feel like my desk looks messy. Like there's too much stuff on my desk. I may need to clear it away and go for a more austere look. I don't know. We'll see. Minimalism. I'm not sure because now you can see like a much wider spectrum of the room, which is fine. It's not that it's messy, it's just that I've got a lot of crystals and things on the desk. All right, so this is your daily forecast for all signs. For those of you that are new, on this Sunday we do the underpinning energy of the week, so it kind of gives us indication of what's to expect now from the week ahead, right? And so what is kind of at play underneath. Hold on one second. I forgot to switch the calendar. Let me do that. So goodbye September, hello October. So the animal of October is the crow, raven, or dove. So let's keep that in mind. That's kind of cool. I love crows and ravens and doves. Really, mourning doves are also a symbolic animal for me that represents my grandmother that I took care of. They come around and it makes me think of her. Zodiac sign is Libra. The flower is calendula or marigold, and the stone is opal or tourmaline. Interesting. All right, so let's get into this reading. So this reading is for Sunday, the 3rd of October. Don't eat that wire, please. Hey, no. No, don't eat that. This is for the Sunday the 3rd. The puppies are just like working me this morning. They are nuts. They're getting bigger and stronger and more bold. They run through the house snarling and yapping. They're playing, but it's like, it's a lot. I mean, I love it, but it's a lot. Especially at like 6 a.m. Can you get out of that too, please? Hey, get out of there. I'll put you up. I'll put you in jail. I'll put you in puppy jail. So this is for the 3rd through the 9th of October. It's not solely set for that date though. So like, take the message rather than the date that the message was created for. In essence, if you're watching this on a different date, what are you eating? Oh God, guys, my life. F my up. I don't know what you better not be eating anything. I don't know how you find things to chew. There's nothing on the floor. It's the weirdest thing, but you'll find it. Take the reading rather than the date, okay? So if you're seeing this on a date that's other than, then it may be you're ready for the message rather than what it was dated for. Please check out the drop-down menu. In there is all those sort of housekeeping rules, what decks I'm using, how to find them, how to find me on social media or book a private reading if you're interested in that. So each card in this reading today is going to represent about a day or two, maybe 3, depending. Each one of you is going to have your own sort of trajectory throughout the week. Some of you may experience all of these cards and then some, like some different energies. Some of you might experience only one of these cards. It's very sort of flexible and in essence, take what you need and leave the rest. And then the other thing I was going to say is that if none of this resonates, if it doesn't make any sense or doesn't fit your life situation right now, that's okay. It doesn't mean anything's wrong or broken. It's just maybe you're working on something different at this time, so don't fret about that. Like if it's a great reading and you're like, I don't feel this way, I must be doing something wrong. No, that's not the case. Okay, so let's get into this and see what these cards want us to know. We're working with 2 new decks for October that I decided to pair together. I'm really happy to see the Literary Witches back. I bring them out every October. This is a beautiful deck that was given to me by a great friend and regular viewer of the channel, Jen. And so thank you for that, Jen. Those of you that enjoy this month's readings can also thank Jen for her generosity. Get it, Jen? Generosity? Anyways, let's get into this reading before I really make a fool of myself. All right, first card. Boom. Ace of Wands. What a beautiful card. Okay. Ace of Wands is going to be about new beginnings, maybe a fresh start to the new week. Wands is that element of fire, that drive, that desire, the opportunity to start to make things happen, to maybe make decisions, decisions that may lead us in new directions. There could be an uprising of new thought or new ideas that make us want to go a different route than we had previously planned. Aces usually have a newness to them that, you know, people that tend to be unexpected. There could be a rather interesting surprise that happens for some of you today or this early in this week where something, you know, kind of comes out of nowhere. But whatever it is, I get a feeling that it's going to be. Aces are usually always beneficial. All right, you guys have got to go in the kennel. Because I can't deal with the licking and the biting and the chewing, and I don't know what you're eating. I don't know how they find garbage to eat when there's nothing on the floor, but they find stuff to eat. Either that or they've just got TMJ and it's working me. Okay, so expect. It's funny that we have that web there. You know, the web feels like a sticky situation, right? Webs always take me to that place. Sometimes they feel intricate. To me, this feels like something that we're stuck with, if that makes any sense. The spider up above, though, in this card makes me feel like we might gain some insight into getting free, some new insight into getting free from a situation that otherwise maybe appeared a little bit, I don't know, stuck, annoying, beleaguering, bothersome, that sort of a thing, right? So be on the lookout for new inspiration, and also don't be afraid to take risk or take a chance, right? Listening to your sort of spiritual self rather than anything else. You know, where's the sort of initial, I don't know, desire, intuition, you know, that sort of pushes you to take the leap or make the jump. This could be the week to do it. Some of you could be up for some like sort of new changes that feel exciting. And so go with it. You know, the aces always bring that opportunity to shift, you know, path or thought or emotion where we've been focused and thought we'd be focused for a while. Aces usually break that up and give us a little bit of an opportunity to maybe do what we want, or you know, tailor-made the path to our liking. Does that make sense? So let's go to the second card. The second card is the Fool. Speaking about new beginnings, Fool is major arcana. It's associated with the sign of I believe Aquarius, which is all about sort of expansive thought and collective. You know, think of the collective first. What was I going to say? The Fool is about setting off on a new journey. There should be new opportunities for you guys this week, and big opportunities at that. Like, this is like maybe a new chapter for some of you, whether that's at work, in a relationship, in new friendships, wherever it is. I kind of get a feeling that this is going to be a period where things are opening up for the next while. I'm not sure why. I just feel that way with this Fool card. It feels like this could be something that we're engaged in, or what's the word I'm looking for? It's challenged by is not the right word, because this doesn't feel challenging to me. This feels like when I look at this, it feels like we're opening a new door or a new focus for ourselves this week, whatever that focus may be. For each one of you, it's going to be different. The Ace of Wands is sort of what wakes us up to it. The Fool is us taking the action to start to move. The newness of both the Ace of Wands and the Fool says to me, we're not going to necessarily know how to do this, but we're going to be willing to try. We're going to put our best foot forward. We're going to take the risk. We want to take the risk. We want to move forward in this direction, even if we didn't really know that we wanted it, like, say, a few weeks ago, if that makes any sense. There's definitely a new beginnings aspect to these two cards, and a little bit of a surprise with the Ace, but the Fool is like up and ready and willing to sort of make the journey without sort of worrying about the ramifications of how the journey may unfold. The Fool to me is a very present moment card, living in the present moment and just kind of dealing with things as they come rather than sort of planning for the future. And that's sometimes why they call it, obviously why I perceive that they call it the Fool card, because there's this opportunity to be greatly open and excited by something, but sometimes we can also be naive about the reality of it, right? But I don't get a bad sense from these cards. I actually feel like this is something that, I don't know why, but this feels like something that we're going to be endeavoring with or working towards for the next maybe 3 to 6 months. Maybe getting used to or settling into. That could be like a new relationship or a new job. Does that make sense? So be prepared. And then the last card is Strength, which is Leo energy. And it's interesting that she uses these two sort of mortal enemies as coming together. Normally, strength is depicted by a woman and a lion working together, the masculine and the feminine sort of thing. Here we have a snake and a rat. So they kind of aren't necessarily the best of friends, but they're coming together to sort of work together. To me, this is about finding the fortitude to take on whatever it is we need to take on this week. And feeling accomplished or understanding sort of how far we've come. I look at this card and it makes me think that hopefully we're able to reflect upon where we've been, what we've done, and how we've gotten to where we're at. And we're able to sort of utilize that in a way that helps us to appreciate our journey, helps us to appreciate who we are, right? And to sort of be like sort of proud of that fact, right? Because there's a pride thing with the strength card too that isn't necessarily an egoic pride. It's just about understanding who we are, what we're capable of, and really embracing that and owning that, right? So I do like this as an ending because regardless of whether or not we feel sort of safe in whatever endeavors we're picking up or we're starting this week, we're going to trust our own judgment, we're going to trust our own strength, we're going to trust our own ability to get ourselves there regardless of the situation or the factors that are at play. Does that make sense? Like I feel like we're very much in control or well aware that we can handle whatever is being put on our plate. So let's see what's going on with the literary witches. We've got wings. So get ready to fly towards what it is you want, what it is you desire, what it is that you maybe previously didn't see as possible or attainable. It feels as though this is the week where the energy either turns over, shifts, pivots, changes, and the doors open for you to begin to like move towards it. Wings to me are about like, you know, obviously spreading your wings and flying, fast movement. They all, to me, they also associate with the air element and that of the mind. But I feel like there's a clarity here that we are going to gain. And also, I got to say this, there's a little bit of an attitude of, and excuse my language, but I don't give a fuck in these cards. And in the sense of like, if there's any sort of social responsibilities or expectations that are coming from others, it's like we're ditching all of that and we're relying on ourselves because we see the self in the card number one in the ace, right? That number one aspect, which is focused on the self. And then 0 is the Fool, but technically the Fool is the first card of the major arcana, right? So to me, that's also that self-focused thing. So whatever it is that we're doing this week, or whatever it is we're focusing on, or if our focus is shifting, our attention is shifting towards something else that we desire, something new, some new chapter or endeavor that we want to take on, now's the time to do it. Spread those wings, take flight, and move towards in that direction. Move our thoughts, move our hearts, move our minds towards that direction, right? And we have the strength and the fortitude to do it. We have the ability to learn it, right? If there's something that's new that normally would have scared us or made us feel unsure, the Fool is not necessarily one to care about that. Did this just go out of focus? So, I'm not sure why this camera's giving me trouble, and it was an expensive damn camera. All right, let's go to the grounding stone. There might just be too much stuff on the desk too, to know what to focus on. And the grounding stone is, does that help at all? Respect. Whoops. So, respecting oneself, obviously, what it is that we desire, what it is that we want, um, the direction we want to take, um, grounding in that, right? Grounding in our own sort of self respect, giving ourselves whatever it is that we need or that we desire without any abandon, without any worry, without any fear is kind of going to be the theme this week. There's also a way to do that. Um, it's kind of like when we respect ourselves, we can better respect others. Now, what are you chewing on? Oh my God. What do you, give me that. No, thank you. Where do you get these pieces of bark? From the yard? Um, so respecting ourselves first allows us to like have better respect for our environment, for the people around us, all of that sort of stuff. It also shows and teaches other people probably how to respect themselves. Put yourself first this week is my feeling. What is it that you want? What is it that you desire? What is it that you, if you could spread your wings and fly towards something, you know, that maybe you thought was unattainable or not possible, this is the week where you might actually see that it is. If you open your mind enough, open your heart enough, open, like, you know, reconfigure your perceptions around something and allow yourself the opportunity to maybe dream or hope or actually move and make decisions towards that thing, because it looks like this is the week that we get to do it. I don't know why this is doing this. It's kind of driving me nuts. There we go. Is that better? That is better. All right, so that is, now that I got that figured out, that is your forecast for today. Thank you so very much. Please hit the thumbs up button, subscribe. We'll watch how this changes throughout the week and what other energies are going to come in throughout the days. Have a wonderful week. It should be exciting. It should be new. It should be exhilarating, to be honest. And we certainly have the fortitude and the ability to, you know, pursue that this week. Thank you also so much for your viewership. Did I say share the video out? I don't know. I'm a little like spacey this morning. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.